Hello, 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 everybody. This is Diet Free Life with Robert Ferguson. I'm excited and delighted to be with you. And today's going to be a good one, right? Now, I have a quick question. Let me ask you, like the idea of eating food that may be damaging your health? And I know that's a stupid question. Another one is, do you know why chemicals linked to cancer are still allowed in our food and why companies are trying to block your right to sue? Today, I'm breaking down the real story behind pesticides, food safety, and corporate immunity. And I'll show you what you can do right now to protect your personal health. So stay with me because this affects every single person who eats food, and that's all of us.
There's a new way to see. No more counting calories, just living free. Robert Ferguson's got the plan you need. With diet-free life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices to see you through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food right. Teaching you to pair food with each bite. Balancing our body's microbiome, feeling so right. With diet-free life, it helps futures lose pride.
Okay, everybody. Okay. You know, let me just say up front that I'm a little frustrated right now with the current administration. And I'm frustrated because I was under the impression, and I hope I'm wrong, that President Donald Trump and Make America Healthy Again was going to be on a mission that looked out for our best interests when it comes to our personal health. Now, I get why things are the way they are. I had hope when Mr. Kennedy jumped in there and he said, we're getting rid of the dyes. And inside of 2, 3, 4 years, dyes will be out of our food supply. I love the transparency that seemed to be taking place when it comes to getting everybody healthier. So I'm hopeful. But the reason why I wrote this article titled Trump's Administration's Health Hypocrisy is because there's some hypocrisy going on. And each and every one of you would benefit from knowing this because there are things that you can do. Now, I don't know if you remember, there used to be a company called Monsanto. And Monsanto, you know, a lot of people, especially in California, looks at that organization as the devil. They're bad. And glyphosate is one of the ingredients that they are like known for. And I wrote an article so that you could become even more familiar. So if you look wherever you're catching me, live or the replay, under this video, there's a link that will take you to the article that I wrote, and you'll understand why I'm making the statement that I'm making. Because glyphosate is something that's in a lot of our foods. And the reason why I'm calling out the Trump administration, the same as I would call out the Biden administration, and then before that, the Trump administration, is because there is a recommendation right now that's going to make its way to the Supreme Court, and they're going to make a decision. And from the way I understand it and read it, the Trump administration is making it where people who end up getting cancer because of things like glyphosate will not be able to sue these companies. And right now, these companies, well, not these companies, let's just look at Bayer. Bayer is who bought and owns Monsanto. They, at this very moment, are being sued left and right because people are coming down with cancer. And on a state level, they're winning. People are winning because judges are ruling in the reality, the fact that glyphosate is part of why they end up getting cancer. We're eating it in our foods. It's everywhere. And let me give you an example. Okay, I printed out the article, and a good amount of this is available, but I didn't go into great detail on this part, so I wanted to read it to you on the video. So glyphosate is used, it's an herbicide, which is part of the pesticide family. And herbicides, their main job is to kill weeds, right? Makes it possible for the corn and soy and all that to grow. Okay. In the United States, at this very moment, is used every day, all year in our crops. Now, some countries have a major ban on glyphosate. And my first thought is, if other countries will ban it, why wouldn't the United States ban it? So countries with full bans, okay, like total bans basically, Mexico, Vietnam, countries with severe restrictions, or they're phasing this product out, France, Germany, Austria, Italy, Netherlands, Belgium, Thailand, the European Union, they all acknowledge it for being something that's absolutely horrible. But in the United States, glyphosate, not only is it being used, they increase the usage. I mean, this is crazy. And it's in our food. And then there's another ingredient that's an herbicide that also is carcinogenic. It's called atrazine. It's from China. Now, it's banned across the entire European Union. It's not allowed in Germany. It's not allowed in France, Italy, Sweden, Norway, Switzerland. But yet, it's allowed in the United States of America. Well, what's going on with the administration? If they pass that, then we don't have recourse to sue these companies. One, they should ban it completely. It shouldn't be used. Other countries have figured out how to grow crops, right, without using it. Why can't we do the same? It's the same thing that took place with the dyes in the food. I mean, right across the border, when you look at Fruit Loops, for instance, in Canada, they have all the colors in the Fruit Loops, but they're not using the dyes that we've been using for years. So now manufacturers are like, okay, since you're forcing us, we'll get rid of the dyes and we'll use what Canada's using to make their Fruit Loops look good. Get the colors from blueberries and the colors from banana, watermelon, beets. But in the United States, I don't get it. So we must bring attention to this, you guys. Now, if you go back and you look at COVID, for instance, when we had the pandemic, the executive branch provided pharma with total immunity. That's why so many people have a hard time. It's just too challenging. You can't sue them. Even though the truth is coming out, and a lot of people, have experienced some negatives, they're protected. Well, the same thing is about to take place here. Now, when it comes to that policy, for instance, Trump was president in the beginning, and yes, I get it. Everybody was in panic mode. A lot of this we didn't know. No one had any idea, like what was really going on. Some people got the shot, some people didn't. Like we were yelling at each other, and people were it was just panic. And at that time, the executive branch passed the immunity thing. Hey, we're rushing this antidote, this drug, this protection. Let's give them some protection. And so they did. Then Trump left office and Biden kept it in place. And it's still in place. Well, that's what's about to happen unless we raise our voice and become knowledgeable of all of this. You're going to find yourself continuing to have these negative experiences with these things. So let me just bring a little bit of clarity, because it kind of just really just stressed me out just thinking about it. Like, seriously, this is bothering me actually even to do this live. Okay, so you'll hear terms like pesticides and herbicides. Pesticides, for your own knowledge, are chemicals used to control or kill pests that actually harm the crops. This includes insects, fungi, rodents, and weeds. Okay, that's pesticides. Herbicides are pesticides designed to kill weeds and other unwanted plants. So that's what a herbicide is. Now, in simple terms, all herbicides are pesticides, but not all pesticides are herbicides. And we're talking about herbicides. Pesticides are like a toolbox. Okay. Herbicides are one of the tools inside that box. And it's the one that actually kills the weeds. Now, glyphosate, if you don't think people are using it, it's the main ingredient in Roundup. It's a weed killer that's sprayed on corn, soy, and wheat primarily. It's produced again by a company called Bayer, like Bayer aspirin. They're the ones who acquired Monsanto. Monsanto is no longer Monsanto. It's called Bayer. They changed the name when they got bought. Glyphosate, just for your own knowledge, has been detected not only in our food and water, but in urine, blood, and even breast milk. So if you don't think glyphosate is in your system, you better think again. It's like, I guess the analogy would be finding a chemical in blood or breast milk is like seeing smoke inside somebody's house. It does not indicate the size of the fire, but it does suggest that the smoke has entered the building and something is wrong. So if glyphosate is inside of us, we need to do something about it. Now, here's something that's extremely frightening. When you hear the term carcinogenic, what does it really mean? And this is scary. The International Agency for Research on Cancer, this is part of the World Health Organization. They classify glyphosate as a probable human carcinogen, cancer. This classification was based on human population studies, animal studies that showed cancer development and evidence of DNA and cellular damage. And it's in the food, you guys. And thousands of people right now with non-Hodgkin lymphoma, they have sued Bayer and many juries ruled in their favor because of the harm that has taken place. So I want you to read this article, and we need to get more people to become aware of this, because right now, the current DOJ, from what I understand, if it goes in front of the Supreme Court, their goal is to get it to become a federal issue so that in various states, people can't sue companies like Bayer and this Chinese company. And big shout out for those of you who live in Iowa, Illinois, Nebraska, Minnesota, Indiana, South Dakota, and Kansas. That's where most of the U.S. corn is grown. And these states apply some of the highest amounts of atrazine and other herbicides year after year. And the epidemiological studies show that several of these states also report higher rates of certain cancers, especially in rural and farming communities. This does not prove causation, but when heavy chemical use and higher cancer prevalence overlap in the same regions, the pattern deserves serious attention. And that's where you're seeing a lot of lawsuits. So what can we do about it? Well, one, get your body as healthy as possible. Like at this very moment, I'm on day 1 of my detox drop. It's the 6-day detox drop. And part of doing the 6-day detox drop is to give my body a chance to reestablish the homeostasis. I like to do it seasonally, so 4 times a year. It's 6 days of your life. You can drop some weight if you got some fat you want to lose, but you're giving your body a chance to just take charge of itself. But some of the things that we can do is we can stop eating highly processed foods. And when you look at packaged foods, make sure it doesn't have anywhere on the label where it says, quote, contains bioengineered food ingredients. That's a red flag that you're consuming glyphosate. Some of you are thinking, you know what? When I buy my fruits and vegetables, I clean them. The glyphosate is not only on the surface, they're in the skin, they're inside, they're like part of that fruit that you're consuming. So the only way you can avoid it in fruits and vegetables is to choose organic fruits and vegetables. And then again, just cut down on the ultra processed foods. Now, other thing that you can do is to make sure you have very healthy cell membrane fluidity. That's very important because your cells, right, when they're healthy, not only are they protecting bad things from getting into the cell, they're making sure the things that need to get in the cell are getting in the cell, and the toxins that are in the cell get out of the cell. And that's where antioxidants come into play. So there's one that's called the master antioxidant, glutathione. Glutathione is produced inside of our cells. Well, in order to optimize the production of glutathione, you want to make sure you have healthy cell membrane fluidity. Okay, that's why I'm big on balance oil, because we know that it's a product that has not only omega-3s, but polyphenols with it, and makes it possible for it to like get into the cell membrane. And we know that because of the at-home test everybody can get done. So that's important. Also, okay, we have another test. It's a gut health test. But the gut health test will tell you how much IPA you have, indole-3 propionic acid. That is the most potent antioxidant that our bodies produce when everything is in balance. Now, if you want to learn more about those things, you can email me. I can give you links. You can learn more. We have some seminars I can point you to, and you can learn more. But the most potent antioxidant is IPA in the human body. The master antioxidant is glutathione. Both of those are benefited from making sure you're in balance with omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. And as you're eating in a way where you're optimizing the potential for the production of both glutathione as well as IPA in your gut. So that's what you can do. Because a lot of times people try to just avoid things, and that's the answer for their success. You can also do something on a cellular level and eat in a way where your body will do what it needs to do to help keep it in homeostasis and to get rid of the things that you don't want inside of your body. So again, that's another reason why the detox drop is great for everybody. 6 days, baby. 6 days. Okay. Let me see here. How are we doing, everybody? Let's see if anybody's catching me live on in the 805. That's where I live, in the 805, which is Ventura County, California. Let me see. So I want to give a shout out to Miguel. I'm glad you caught me, sir. Lori, hello. And again, right now I'm testing out a whole bunch of stuff as we get ready for the launch of the new show and podcast for 2026. And at the same time, I am really bothered by this article that I wrote and what's taking place. Glyphosate should not be in our food supply. It should not. And people are being damaged. It should not. And I'm using the word should because I am judging. I'm judging this because, I mean, I know God, thou shalt not judge, but it's wrong. It shouldn't be in our food supply. There's no reason for it. And people don't know how to read labels. The nutrition education in this country is absolutely horrible. So now you know. Some of you know and you didn't know before, but now you know. So what's up, Sage? What's happening? All right, well, anyway, let's pump up. It's going to take me a couple more days. Like the first day when I'm on the detox drop, it's kind of like this. Day 2, my energy's like a little better. Day 3, watch out, people. I mean, I'm stepping into 2026 ready to rock and roll. And look at that. What's up, Claudia? I'm so proud of Claudia. I hope you are well, Claudia. I hope you are well. And you know what I mean. Glyphosate, what are we going to do with this, you guys? We got to get it out of the system. And I wrote a very long letter to the Trump administration. And I'm like, if you guys push and block these people from suing you, I mean, that's the only recourse we have. But my big push in the letter that I wrote to the Trump administration, and then I'll be done because I've been rambling, is it needs to be banned. And I have been talking to the MAHA, some of the key players with MAHA. I have been communicating, and I've asked for the last, since Trump's been in office, I have asked many times, why are we still allowing glyphosate and some of these herbicides that we know are carcinogenic to be used in the United States of America? I don't get that. So, and I'm frustrated about that because to me, that's one of the biggest problems that we have or that we're up against, and most people just don't know. So in order to help yourself, because it's in the food, you're not getting away from it. You're either going to be buying organic, but most importantly, do something to get your body in as healthy a place as possible. Okay. I got the nutrition down and we can help you with that, right? But make sure you're calming that inflammation. And it goes back to, as a supplement, I'm a big fan, endorser. I sell it, the Balance Oil, and and getting the balance test. They're a big part of everything I do now with Diet Free Life and the work that we're doing, even on a corporate level. So anyway, everybody, let's pray about this. Glyphosate, we got to get it out. And the other one, I don't pronounce it, but I need to start saying it's atrazine. Remember that. ATRAZINE. Atrazine. Is banned everywhere, and it's like the second most used herbicide in the United States. So atrazine and glyphosate, they need to be out. Okay, I'm done. I'm Robert Ferguson. Until the next one, which will be mañana, reach out to me, like, subscribe if you felt like you learned something from the time that we have just spent together. Also, you can visit me and learn more at dietfreelife.com. Until the next one, peace.
In a world of diets, there's a new way to see. No more counting calories, just living free. Robert Ferguson's got the plan you need. With Diet Free Life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices to see you through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food right. Teaching you to pair food with each bite. Balancing our body's microbiome, feeling so right.